What's up, pansies? December's back here, and welcome to the first annual Halloween special on my channel. I'm in the dark right now, with pumpkins. Now Halloween. It's great. Well, to kick off this special Halloween episode, I decided to tell some spooky stories, all taking place in the magnificent state of Texas, which is where I'm from. So kick back, relax, turn up the volume, and put on your headphones, and make sure you're by yourself in the dark. Totally afraid, as I tell you the spookiest stories in the state of Texas. Let's do this.
Number 10.
Thomas Island Bridge, San Marcos. The Thomas Island Bridge in San Marcos is said to be haunted by the ghost of a long-dead Confederate soldier. He died there at his post while guarding it during the American Civil War. It is believed that he still appears there, dressed in his gray and yellow uniform, cap, and cape, armed with a Kentucky Long Tom rifle. Although sightings are very remote, it was reported that the dead soldier's ghost is more active before and during wartime.
Number 9.
Butler Hall, San Marcos. Butler Hall is a 3-story dorm at Texas State University. It is located next to the theater building, which is also said to be haunted. The building itself is more than 50 years old. The bottom floor is partially underground and is said to feel uneasy during quiet hours. The feeling of being watched in the laundry/study room is common, and strange noises are always heard. Tapping on doors, windows, and walls is also common. Hallway lights on the male side of the dorm tend to flicker on and off, or some won't even be lit.
Number 8.
Baxter County Juvenile Detention Center, San Antonio. Building 2, built next to one of the original missions, may sit on an Indian burial ground. Juveniles often wake in the middle of the night, screaming about Indians within the room. Some describe burning smells and seeing fire. Detention officers often smell smoke in Mod 9 and 10 on the 3rd shift, also known as the night shift. Also, officers report seeing something run by the unit window, only to find all detainees still locked in the rooms. The ghost of a beloved female staff member that died in the cafeteria has also been seen in the windows of the new building late at night. Not a week goes by without a blood-curdling scream from a cellmate in Mod 9. Responding staff report smelling smoke or burning wood about 8 out of 9 times.
Number 7.
Austin Middle School, San Juan. There is a ghost of a basketball player haunting the gym. Around 6 p.m., you can see lights turn on by themselves and hear a basketball bounce on the floor. Footsteps have also been reported along with the dribbling. After about 30 minutes, the lights go off and all noises stop. There are also restrooms next to the gym that are now closed because of a girl that committed suicide in them. Many students before reported seeing this girl in a white gown staring at them while looking at themselves in the mirror or washing their hands.
Number 6.
Toys R Us, Mcallen. 4 years ago, a young boy was climbing a ladder to get to the very top. When he got to the very top, he fell and was killed instantly by having his neck broken. Employees have reported every once in a while at night you can hear a young boy laughing and running around in the loft. Lights sometimes turn off and on, and certain locked doors will open but remain locked.
Number 5.
South Middle School, Edinburgh. A couple of years ago, a student fell from the west side staircase and died. Come midnight, you can see a white body walking around the staircase.
Number 4.
Museum of South Texas History, Edinburgh. The Museum of South Texas History was formerly the old Edinburgh courthouse and jail. In the original part of the building, you get an eerie feeling as you walk up the stairs to the tower. The tower was the hanging room, where they would hang the convicted prisoners that were sentenced to death. It is recorded that only one man was executed in the tower. However, some people claim that more than one was executed. Some claim that the rope that is still hanging there swings back and forth. Shadows of a man hanging have been seen by some, and many people who have passed by the building at night claim to hear voices and sounds coming from the original part of the tower where the building stands.
Number 3.
Flagpole Hill, Dallas. Near Flagpole Hill on Northwest Highway, there is a narrow horseshoe-shaped road with lots of trees and a few houses in between. Once you start down this narrow road, you must continue, for there is no place to turn around. Mysterious events such as rocks flying from impossible angles toward cars, sudden unforeseen vehicular body damages have also occurred. The local police department will verify these cases as far back as 1976. Do not drive down this road at night.
Number 2.
Stephen F. Austin Elementary, Edinburgh. One of the oldest campuses in Edinburgh, Austin Elementary has had a long history. Strange sightings have taken place there, and the building is located just 1/4 of a mile from Hillcrest Cemetery. It is said that late at night you can see figures walking on the school grounds. One night during the summer of 2007, a female officer was working the night shift and was monitoring the school through the campus's security cameras. Knowing she had a long night ahead of her, she allowed herself to sleep for a few minutes. Around 3 a.m., one of the school phones began to ring. She jolted awake and answered it, but no one was on the other line. She checked the caller ID, which read the call was coming from an unknown source. Several minutes pass and one of the school alarms go off. The alarms go off when someone attempts to walk into the building, but the officer knew sometimes they simply went off on their own. Before she had a chance to leave the room to investigate, 4 more alarms are triggered and echo throughout the halls. With her being the only one at the school, she called dispatch for backup, fearful she might be outnumbered by whoever is getting into the school. Minutes pass and more officers arrive on the scene and sweep through the school, finding nothing. Unsure of what triggered the alarms, she checked the security footage. Inside the security room where the officer was, there is a camera that videotapes what the officer is doing. They rewinded to the tape to when the officer was sleeping, and standing right behind the officer was a white shadowy apparition, watching her the entire time.
Number 1.
Navarro Residence, Mcallen. This story is 100% true, and it happened in my very house several years ago. We were only in this house for about a year, and I remember never really feeling easy inside it. I remember being home alone and feeling like something was watching me. It never got to the point where I felt afraid, but the feeling was strong. We also had a dog in this house that would go into aggressive mood swings and would bark at the walls for hours. Once we left this house, our dog never behaved like that again. My sister was having a sleepover one night and invited several of her friends. They spent the night laughing and talking in her room upstairs. Upstairs there was a walkway that allowed you to overlook into the dining and living rooms. The night grew very late and my sister had fallen asleep only to suddenly be awakened by her friends. They asked if our mom was okay because they had seen her from the walkway sitting alone with the lights turned off in the dining room, staring at nothing. My sister told the girls to quiet down, thinking our mom couldn't sleep because they were being too loud. Suddenly our mom called from her room telling the girls to go to sleep. Suddenly a chill went down the girl's spine. Our mom's room was on the other side of the house, away from the dining room. They had just seen her in the dining room seconds ago. There was no way she could have gone into her room that fast, meaning whoever they saw in the dining room wasn't her mom.
If that was you on the phone and you on the bus, then who was flickering the lights? John C.
Well, that concludes our Halloween special. Hopefully you didn't have to change your pants too many times. But if you did, that's okay, because I'm not wearing any right now. So thank you for watching this episode. Be sure to like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Stay spooky, but classy.
So misunderstood. You only want to socialize, but I don't think we should. A spooky, scary skeleton shouts startling, shrilly screams.